You feel it, don't you? That heavy, sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach that just won't go away. It's not just stress. It's deeper than that. It's a sense of being completely adrift. You are surrounded by noise, the notifications on your phone, the demands of your boss, the expectations of your family, the endless news cycles screaming that the world is falling apart. You are working, striving, planning, pushing, but the chaos is winning. That quiet hum of anxiety has become the permanent soundtrack to your life. You lie in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, exhausted but unable to sleep, and a quiet, terrifying voice whispers, "Is this it? Is this all there is?" You've tried the life hacks. You've read the 5-step plans. You've listened to the gurus telling you to just hustle harder. But you're still overwhelmed. You are haunted by difficult choices and weighed down by the crushing pressure to succeed. But here is the truth. This is not a coincidence that you are hearing this right now. This is not another lecture. This is the answer you have been silently begging for. This is a message speaking across 5,000 years of history to address your exact problem, right here, right now. You think the enemy is out there? You think the problem is the job market, or the toxic relationship, or the political climate? You look outside for the source of your unhappiness, finding 1,000 reasons to be anxious. But I am here to tell you a timeless, uncomfortable truth. The real battle isn't out there. The real battle is happening entirely inside your own mind. The outer world is just a mirror. The chaos you see in the streets is a reflection of the unsteadiness in your soul. The stress that suffocates you isn't a property of your job. It is a property of your attachment to it. Let me take you back. 5,000 years ago, on a battlefield called Kurukshetra, a warrior stood paralyzed. His name was Arjuna. He wasn't a coward. He was a hero. But as he looked out at the army, he had to fight an army made up of his own family, his teachers, his friends. He broke. His hands shook. His mighty bow, the Gandiva, slipped from his sweaty palms. He collapsed in his chariot, overwhelmed by grief and confusion. He wanted to run. He wanted to quit. Does that sound familiar? Maybe you aren't holding a bow. Maybe you're holding a steering wheel in gridlock traffic. Maybe you're staring at a blinking cursor on an empty screen. Maybe you're standing in the kitchen, feeling the weight of a marriage that feels like a battlefield. Arjuna's paralysis wasn't physical, it was mental. His enemy wasn't the army, it was the doubt, the fear, and the attachment raging inside him. And just as I was there for him then, I am here for you now. I am seated in the chariot of your heart. You just have to stop looking at the army, turn your gaze inward, and listen. Here is the first key to unlocking your chains. The single greatest source of your anxiety is your obsession with the future. You are never actually here. You send an email, and instantly your mind warps into the future, obsessing over the reply. You finish a project, and you're already terrified about the reviews. You fall in love, and instead of enjoying the moment, you are tormented by the fear of losing it. You have built a golden cage for yourself called success, and the bars are made of anxiety. Listen to this law, because it is the only way out. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Read that again. You have a right to the work, but not the reward. This is karma yoga. And I know the modern world hates this idea. You've been conditioned to believe that you only work for the paycheck, the praise, the likes, the promotion. But look where that attachment has gotten you. It has brought you burnout. It has brought you a mind that swings wildly between the high of validation and the crushing low of failure. When you are obsessed with the outcome, you are trembling. Think of a surgeon performing a life or death operation. If her mind is screaming, "What if I fail? What if I get sued? What if I become famous for this? Her hands will shake. She will fail. But if she forgets the outcome, if she forgets the future entirely and focuses purely on the duty of the cut, the precision of the stitch, the action itself, she becomes flawless. She enters a state of flow. By releasing the need for a result, she guarantees the best possible result. So, try this tomorrow. When you sit down to work, take a breath, say to yourself, I will do this task with absolute excellence. I will pour my soul into this action. But the result? The result is not mine to carry. When you release the fruit, the weight falls off your shoulders. Your work becomes a meditation. You become bulletproof against criticism and humble in success, because you know the result was never fully in your control anyway. But performing the action is only half the battle. You must also confront the saboteur living in your head. I told you, the battlefield is the mind. Now meet the enemy troops, your own thoughts. Your mind, untrained, is a wild animal. It is a drunk monkey, stung by a scorpion. It drags you through the mud of past regrets and throws you into the thorns of future fears. It lies to you. It tells you that you aren't enough. It replays your embarrassing moments in 4K resolution at 3 a.m. You make a fatal mistake. You think you are your thoughts. You think that voice in your head is you. It is not. You are the sky. The thoughts are just clouds passing through. The ancient wisdom says, the self is its own friend, and the self is its own enemy. You have the power to turn this enemy into your greatest ally. How? By becoming the witness. When anxiety rises like a tidal wave, don't drown in it. Step back. Observe it. Say, here is a feeling of anxiety. I see it. My heart is beating fast. My palms are sweating. Watch it like a scientist watching an experiment. Do not judge it. Do not fight it. Just watch. By witnessing the emotion, you disconnect the fuse. The explosion doesn't happen. You remain the calm sky, watching the storm clouds pass. Imagine how this changes your relationships. Your partner says something that triggers you. Usually, your enemy mind reacts instantly with anger, defending old wounds. But the friend mind, the witness, pauses. It sees the trigger. It sees the anger rising. And in that sacred pause, you find freedom. You choose to respond with love instead of reacting with poison. You stop expecting others to fix you because you have found the source of peace within yourself. And finally, we must talk about purpose. You are exhausted because you are trying to be someone else. You are scrolling through social media, looking at other people's lives, trying to copy their path. Stop it. You have a dharma, a unique frequency that only you can play. It is better to do your own duty imperfectly than to do another man's duty perfectly. Trying to be someone else is spiritual suicide. Your dharma isn't some mystical treasure hidden under a rock. It is right in front of you. It is your role as a parent, your role as a creator, your role as a friend, to fulfill these duties with integrity, with fire, and with presence. That is the highest spiritual path. But even when you follow your dharma, life will break your heart. Things will fall apart. And in those moments, I give you the ultimate weapon, surrender. In your world, surrender means defeat. It means you lost. But in the spiritual realm, surrender is the ultimate act of power. It is the courage to look at the chaos of life, to realize you cannot control the tides, and to stop swimming against them. It is saying, I have done my best. I have fought the good fight. Now, I release the rest to a wisdom greater than mine. It is the relief of dropping a heavy backpack after a 10-mile hike. So, here is your mission. Tomorrow, wake up and fight, but fight differently. Fight without the anxiety of the result. Watch your mind like a hawk and refuse to let it drag you into the past or future. Do your duty, your unique dharma, with everything you have. And at the end of the day, surrender the outcome. You are not broken. You are not lost. The confusion you feel is just the dust clearing before the dawn. You are not alone on this battlefield. I am with you, always.